Good morning and welcome to the Zula B. Riley Public Library in Cedar Hill. So excited that you're here with us today. And I'm Miss Terry, and I look forward to reading some great books today and doing a couple of songs. But I also, with school being delayed in our area at least, in many schools until October, I thought it would be helpful to talk about resources for both homeschool parents and also for those who want to work on some skills while you're waiting for your school to begin either virtually or in person. Here at the library, of course, we have lots and lots and lots of books, and any level that you're looking for your child will be able to assist with that, whether it's a biography, nonfiction, or fiction. The other thing that we do have to offer are really cool things like the sets of Bob books, and they listen to us librarians because in the future they will be hardbound, the Bob book sets, so that's awesome. That way you don't have to keep track of all these little tiny books at home. But these are great. This one happens to be reading readiness, and it's the alphabet. So you can work with your child on the letters and identifying them in the little Bob books. We have all kinds of different sets of the Bob books. Those can be checked out to work on those skills. Also, we have some phonics-based high-interest books like Star Wars. So these are really, really beginning books that the kids can, get excited about reading because it's something they're interested in, and for the reluctant readers, it's an awesome resource. So we have these in different sets, and there's several in there, so it's really fun for the kids. Also, of course, we have all kinds of our launch pads. We've had these for a while, but I don't think a lot of people know that these are by age, and we have different types of launch pads. So we have the ones that have by subject, like this one's about math. And so you can go into it and you'll see different math activities that the child can do. These do not access the internet. So even though I know we're trying to limit the time that they're on their devices, this is all theme-based, and it's all literacy activities. So these are awesome, a different way to get them engaged in learning activities. These also come in all different types of subjects. We even have them on teaching Spanish to the kids. So, and at different levels. Also, we have the movie type ones. This one's called Think It, Make It, and it's all about creativity. This one in particular is for ages 5+, and this one is showing you how to make different things like party invitations and coasters and all different kinds of things. So this one would be a fun one for the creative people in your household, youngsters. Also, another great resource is the book packs. These are playways, and on the inside of these boxes, this one in particular is awesome because not only can they listen to the book and read along with it as they're listening to it. They can, just listen to it. But this particular one has multiple books in it, all by Ezra Jack Keats. So this is awesome. These are great sets for learning in different ways. And then finally, we have what's called a Wonder Book. And the Wonder Book are our latest in the Playway Launchpad products. But this one is the book. You can read along with it. You can just read it like a regular book. You can turn the option on for reading along with it, or you can also just listen to it. It's headphones accessible too. So these come in chapter books as well as the My First reading books, the easy books. So lots of fun resources for your kids to do while they're waiting to go back to school, or to enhance your homeschool programming. So, all right, let's start with Hello Friends. We do this as an introduction to every one of the Monday story times. It goes like this. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Let's do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. All right. Good job. Let's start with one of our books this morning. This one is called Little Cub by Oliver Dudley. A little cub lived alone near the forest. He did not like being alone. He did not like the dark nights. There was no one to take care of him. Old Bear lived all alone deep in the forest. He did not like being alone. He did not like the dark nights. There was no one to take care of him. Every morning, the little cub splashed in the stream. He watched the silvery fish swimming around his toes. Said the little cub, I wish I knew how to catch a fish. But there was no one to teach him. Every morning, Old Bear trudged to the stream. He caught a large fish for his breakfast. Said the old bear, I wish I had someone to share this fish with. But there was no one. Every afternoon, the little cub scampered in the meadow and looked for berries. What he longed for was the sweet honey he could smell in the beehive in the hollow of a tree. But the little cub was afraid of being stung by the bees. His stomach was empty. The little cub was often hungry. Every afternoon, Old Bear ate a big lunch of oat cakes spread thick with honey. After eating his fill, he stretched out in the meadow and took a nap. His stomach was full. Old Bear wasn't often hungry. Early evening, the little cub curled himself into a ball and tried to sleep. He snuffled and whimpered. He did not like to be alone at night. Every evening, Old Bear trudged through the tall grass to his cabin deep in the forest. Old Bear grumbled and grumbled. He did not like to be alone all the time. Being alone made him grumbly and grumpy. One day, Old Bear heard a strange noise coming from a pile of rocks. He stopped and listened. Old Bear peered into the rocks and saw a little cub curled up into a ball, snuffling and kicking in his sleep. Old Bear leaned over the little cub and sniffed. The little cub opened his eyes and yowled. "Stop that yowling," said the old bear, and the little cub stopped yelling. He looked at the big bear watching him. "Who are you?" asked the little cub. "I'm Old Bear," said Old Bear. "Who are you?" "I'm me," said the little cub. Old Bear and the little cub stared hard at each other. Neither of them blinked. "Huh," said the old bear. "Huh," said the little cub. Old Bear picked up the little cub. "Who do you belong to?" asked Old Bear. "I belong to me," said the little cub. but maybe I could belong to you. Old Bear cradled the little cub. The little cub felt safe in the big bear's arms. He yawned loudly. Oh, I'm going to call you Little Cub, said Old Bear. I like that, said Little Cub. Old Bear carried Little Cub to his cabin. He gently placed Little Cub in the big bed. He tucked the warm blankets around him. Will you teach me how to fish? Asked Little Cub. Yes, I will teach you how to fish. Now go to sleep, said Old Bear. Will you teach me how to get honey? Asked Little Cub. Yes, I will teach you how to get honey. Now go to sleep, said Old Bear. But I don't want to get stung by the bees, said Little Cub. I won't let you get stung by the bees, said Old Bear. Now go to sleep. Old Bear sat beside the bed. Little Cub stared at Old Bear. What now? Asked Old Bear. I can't sleep, said Little Cub. Do you want me to tell you a story? Asked Old Bear. Yes, I'd like that, said Little Cub. I'd never had a story before. Once upon a time, there was a grumpy old bear who lived all alone, deep in the forest, said Old Bear. Little Cub closed his eyes. He fell fast asleep. He was no longer hungry. He was no longer alone. Old Bear sat by Little Cub all night long. Good night, Little Cub, said Old Bear. I am glad you're here. The end. I love that story. It's so sweet. Well, not all bears, of course, are sweet and nice like that one. So today I thought we'd go on a bear hunt. Do you guys like to go on a bear hunt? Well, there's things that you need when you go on a bear hunt, like a backpack. So you don't have to have a backpack, just imagine one in your head. So you've got your backpack. We're going to unzip it. Let's put in a flashlight. Check your batteries. Oh, mine's working. Put it in your backpack. How about some milk? Yeah, let's do some milk. Put that in there, or juice. How about some crackers in case we get hungry? Let's put our crackers in our backpack. I think that'll do. Okay, let's zip it up and let's put on our backpack, and you're gonna answer me by every time I say one of the phrases, you're going to say the phrases. Now, I won't be able to hear you, but I just know that you're going to say it along with me. Okay, are you ready? All right, here we go. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one with big green eyes and a fuzzy little tail. Look over there. It's a candy factory. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We can't go around it. I guess we'll go through it. Ready? Here we go. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one with big green eyes and a fuzzy little tail. Look over there. It's a peanut butter river. We can't go over it. We can't go around it. We can't go through it. I know we can't go around it. I guess we'll go through it. Here we go. Ooh. Gotta swim, use those breaststrokes. Here we go. Oh, I need some milk. How about we get out our milk? Glug, 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 glug. A few crackers. Okay. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one with big green eyes and a fuzzy little tail. Look over there. It's a jello swamp. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We can't go around it. So I guess we'll go through it. You ready? There. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one with big green eyes and a fuzzy little tail. Look over there. It's a cave. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We can't go around it. I guess we'll go through it. All right, I need my flashlight. All right, turn it on. It's cold in here and dark. What's that? It has big green eyes and a fuzzy little tail. It's a bear. Let's run. Back through the jello swamp. Back through the peanut butter river. Back through the candy factory. Oh, we're home. We went on a bear hunt and we weren't afraid. Good job, guys. Awesome. All right, we're going to move on to our next book. I hope you had fun on the bear hunt. This next book is called Miss Smith Reads Again. And this book is by Michael Garland. School used to be humdrum and boring. Not anymore. Now that Miss Smith was his teacher, Zach looked forward to going every day. Each new day meant that Miss Smith would read a different tale from her incredible storybook. This book was like no other. When she read from it, the classroom would change and the story would come alive. And when it was over, everything would whoosh back into the book. Miss Smith would always remind the class that when she began to read, remember class, don't interfere with the characters or you'll change the story and it won't end the same way that it should. The story has to end, otherwise it won't go back in the book. Wow. One day, Miss Smith said, today we have a very special story. Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. Zach was so excited because this story was about dinosaurs. Zach loved dinosaurs. As soon as Miss Smith started to read, the classroom began to change into the deepest, steamiest, most remote jungle of the Amazon. When the class found themselves on a fallen tree that bridged the gap between the outside world and the steep cliffs of the plateau that was called the Lost World. Don't look down, Zach warned as one by one they crossed over. When they reached the other side, they could feel the air was different. They heard strange bellowing sounds echoing through the trees, and they saw some men off in the distance threading their way through the prehistoric rainforest. Two of them wore khaki suits and helmets and carried backpacks. Who are they? Asked Sue Ann. They're dinosaur hunting explorers, answered Miss Smith. Remember, don't bother them because you'll change the story and it may not end the way it should. They followed along until they came close enough to hear the two explorers arguing. Miss Smith said and the class hid in the bushes and listened. Professor Challenger, it is impossible for dinosaurs to still exist. There is simply no evidence, said the tall explorer. Professor Summerlee, I beg to disagree, answered the short one. As Challenger and Summerlee continued their heated debate, a huge Tyrannosaurus Rex stole up behind them. Zach's eyes stared at the jagged fangs of the T-Rex. But before Miss Smith could stop him, Zach screamed, "Look out behind you!" Uh-oh. Both explorers turned. Then Professor Challenger snatched Summerlee away just before the Tyrannosaurus Rex pounced on the pair of them. "Run!" yelled Miss Smith as the class scattered in every direction. "Do you need any more evidence, Professor Summerlee?" asked Zach as they looked for a place to hide. Zach knew that Tyrannosaurus was very nearsighted, so they ducked into some bushes, and the king of the dinosaurs raced off without eating anyone. Luckily, the professors, Zach and the rest of the class, managed to escape the T-Rex and find one another, but Miss Smith was nowhere to be seen. "Where's Miss Smith?" asked Sue Ann. "I don't see her anymore." Just then, another dinosaur came into view. Some of the kids got ready to run away again, but Zach told them, "Don't worry, that's a Stegosaurus. They're herbivores. Stegosauruses eat only vegetation, so they're harmless, just like big cows." "We need to find Miss Smith right now. Maybe she's in danger. Don't forget, she has to finish reading the story," Zach told the class. "Look," said Sue Ann, "footprints. Let's follow them." It was easy for the class to follow Miss Smith's trail because her sneakers left very distinct footprints in the mud. They followed the tracks for a short distance, then suddenly they disappeared. "Help! Help!" came a faint voice from high above them. It was Miss Smith. She was trapped in a pterodactyl's nest on a tree branch hanging way out over a steep ravine. The flying dinosaur must have snatched her up and put her in the nest. "We have to save her," everyone cried. "I have a plan," said Zach. He quickly told the class what to do. They broke off branches and some of them climbed the tree. When they reached the nest, they threshed their leafy weapons around until they scared the pterodactyl away. Miss Smith collected herself and carefully climbed out of the nest and down the tree. "Thank you, class. Oh, you saved me," Miss Smith said. "Now I think it's time we finish reading this story and go back to our classroom." She started reading, and by the time she got to the last line, the dinosaurs, the explorers, and the lost world had gone back into the book, and their classroom had returned to normal. Everything from the story had returned into the book, except for one thing. Somehow, Zach was able to hold on into the pterodactyl egg. The class crowded around the egg for a closer look. Then they heard it, a tiny scratching sound, then a louder tapping, and then even louder crackling, then screech! The little flying reptile burst from its shell and flapped around the room over their heads. Before they could close their open mouths, the baby pterodactyl flew out the window and off into the sky. As Zach watched the winged creature soar off into the clouds, He couldn't help but think of all the wonderful places reading Miss Smith's incredible storybook had taken them. I wonder what tomorrow's story will be. Quite an adventure. Well, I'm going to end it there today. Thank you for joining us. We went to a forest today. We went on a bear hunt. And I showed you lots of valuable resources that you can use at home that can be checked out from the library. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great day.